Oddly enough, the comparison to Donald Trump, there are some there, right? First of all, well, I do think Phil has a very good heart. He's a good person. But
what is your biggest criticism of the poker brat, Phil Hellmuth?
My biggest criticism of Phil Hellmuth is his unwillingness to acknowledge that the younger generation who works really hard is better than he is at a game that he doesn't work on anymore.
Interesting answer. I thought maybe you'd talk about his crying after losing hands.
Oh, that's great. I love it. Let him go. I think that's fun. I love that he's a character. I love that he's emotional. I love that he cares so much about winning. What I wish he would do is stop living in this fantasy land. You're 60 years old now. Okay. There are guys that are 25, 30 years old that are spending 12 hours a day studying the game at a very, very high level. You never play against them. You won't go over to Triton and play, but you just say that you're better than them without showing any evidence to back up your claim, right? And that's where I take issue. Like, I don't think I'm the greatest poker player in the world. I don't. I know I'm among them, right? But I'm 50 now. I don't spend the time and I don't have the energy to do what a lot of these young guys do, but I have deep admiration for what they do and a healthy respect for it. Having said that, I'll jump in the ring with them and give it a shot, but I'm not going to sit there and beat my chest and say, I'm still the greatest.
Do you think he does it because it's all genuine, or do you think there's a part of Phil Hellmuth that acts the way he acts because he's promoting himself and he has that aura about him and he's made a lot of money calling himself the poker brat? Do you think it's a little bit of both? What do you think?
Oddly enough, the comparison to Donald Trump, there are some there, right? First of all, well, I do think Phil has a very good heart. He's a good person. But he's got an insecurity about him, and he's acknowledged this, which leads to an arrogance and leads to a boastfulness and leads to an absolute need to be viewed and seen in a positive light, or seen as the best. Like I said to him, I was having a phone call with him and I was like, why do you need to toot your own horn? He says, if I don't toot my horn, other people won't. And I'm like, you let your peers do it. You look at Eric Seidel, who's a similar age, and sure, people have nothing but positive things to say about him. They revere him. And the big reason for that is because the way he handles himself. He's not out there boasting about how great he is. When you do that, you are the one that put the target on your back. You are the reason why people discredit you, because you've set yourself up on this pedestal without any humility.